Hello everyone, welcome to Feed My Spirit, Musa, and I'm back again with another video. Today's video is on the light side of life. As you can see from the title, I'm doing a Q&A session with my brother. We're basically going to be talking about how it has been growing up as a pastor's kid. So, introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, Ikamalama andithethi nezinjani ndithetha nezinto zami.
I was never ready for that.
Right guys, as Musa has told you, I am a brother to Musa.
Yeah. What else? You're my brother, what else?
Yeah.
So welcome to the channel.
Thank you for having me, Musa. I've been looking forward to being part of an episode.
I wish we had Sivo as well to join us, but I guess it's gonna have to be the two of us. And might I add,
it wouldn't work. Oh, okay. I thought she was gonna be honest. I didn't realize that she was gonna sugarcoat things.
Means that it was gonna be 3 times the fun.
Oh,
okay. It's only gonna be 2 times the fun.
All right. Oh, you meant that.
Anyway, I'm
3 times the fun, guys. 3 times the fun.
So what we did is we just found a few questions from Google, and yeah, we're going to be answering those questions now. It's nothing deep, just like I said, it's on the light side of life.
Hit me with the questions.
So the first question is, what's been the best thing about being a PK? Okay, just to give you some background. So it's myself, Baz, and Sivu. And we have a mom and a dad, obviously, and they've been in
the ministry.
In the ministry for how many years? Since 1999.
No, it's been
1997.
1997.
Yeah, because in 2018 it was, yeah.
1997.
So they've been in ministry for 21 years, and we were all born at the time, obviously.
Yes.
And yeah, so that's brief background. So first question.
They've always been committed Christians for
they've always
greater
been
part of their lives.
Yes.
But they only started in ministry in 1997.
I think Dada's he gave his life to God when he was 17, he always says. And I don't know about
16?
17.
17.
I don't know about Mama again.
Oh, well,
I think she was
we'll have to do some research.
But older than 17. Anyway, so first question. What's been the best thing about being a PK?
Wow, that would have to be...
Can I stop?
Yes, you can go first. Yeah. At least I'll get some content from you after.
Okay, so the best thing about being a pastor's kid for me, I think one of the best things, it has to be how that God was introduced to us from a very young age, or at an early stage in our lives. And I really appreciate also how our parents went about it, because the way in which they did it was very gentle. Christianity and God and everything else in between was not imposed on us, but it was taught. I think if Bekutwa, I don't know, but it came as one of the things that we were taught up in Lean. It was part of the curriculum, Yelapekaya, basically. And I think what my dad sought to do was to make sure that he gives us the foundation, because he believes that as a father to us, it is his responsibility to introduce to God to us, and then it's up to us whether we want to continue with that belief or venture into other things. So I really appreciate how he chose to do that, because it was, like I said, it was never imposed, but they were very gentle in how they did it, and that they also encouraged us to have like a relationship with God, as you would have relationship as you would have with any other person. That is, you communicate with them, you consider their feelings, you consider their thoughts, you share things with them, So that is the relationship that he encouraged us to have with God, as opposed to being religious and doing things because the Bible tells you to do it, and doing it even though you don't understand it. So with us, he has always wanted us to understand why is it that we have the opportunity or the chance to live our lives this way. And one of the things that he always used to say is that when you understand why you're doing something, it will never be easy for someone else to tell you not to do it unless you don't understand why. So I think for him, he always wanted us to understand why Christianity, why have a relationship with God, so that let me stop there.
Yeah, just to add on what you just said before I come to my point.
Yeah.
Even growing up, while we were growing up, this was not. I forgot my point again, Musa. Can you pause or something?
No.
I heard it while we were speaking, and I was gonna just jump into it. Yes, it had to be seen. Yes, Musa mentioned that it was part of our upbringing.
Yes.
There was not a point where you had to pause a bit and then do other things like that.
Yes.
It was always seen in whatever we were doing. It was always there in whatever it was taught rather in whatever we were doing. In each and every area of our lives, it was taught. Yes. Yeah. I would have to say now, it has to be the discipline. The discipline in how to lead your life. Discipline in how to deal with others, discipline on how to approach sensitive matters. There's a lot. Just the discipline of how to conduct yourself as a person. Not really confined to being a Christian or anything, but the discipline on how to conduct yourself as a human being. I would say that has been one of my highlights.
Yeah. So next question. Are you glad you had the lifestyle you grew up in, or do you wish you had it differently, and why?
Do you want to take that one first, or
okay? So maybe I can begin by saying that some of the things about being a pastor's kid, like some of the things that we are some of the things that how do I want to put this? I think we've come to appreciate most of izinto about being a pastor's kid ngoku sibadala. I think when we were still a bit younger, we didn't always appreciate being PKs.
Yeah, we didn't.
There were times where
we just wanted to be normal kids. Well, we
were normal kids, but normal at church, basically. Yeah. I think there was a time where I just wished.
The thing is with the discipline, you become aware, and awareness is created in your mind of what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. And then you meet up with other kids that have not yet
that don't have awareness
what is acceptable and what is not acceptable, and then you see them conducting themselves as people that are not aware, and you want now to also be part of that circle of
but you can't because you've got awareness,
because now you are aware of what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. Now that would mean maybe running around the church, making a noise, screaming, playing like a normal kid, would do outside after church, not during church. So those are the things that we not, I don't want to say
there were times like at church, Hlambi, when we're sitting in Masaslale back with the Sunday school, and Hlambi and and you also want to be part of the noise because like you're just tired of being here. But then before you join in, you first want to see
where's that? Is looking towards my direction. And then you decide.
But meanwhile the other kids are just playing. They don't care if their parents see them or not. For them, it's
but
just
this was
whatever.
It was not hard labor, guys, to do this. It's just that at that time, it was not okay. Or rather, at that time we did not understand it as we do now.
Because man.
We would not change it for anything.
So am I glad that I had this kind of lifestyle? I think it also goes back to is it lifestyle? Okay. I think it also touches back on the previous question about how God was, for me at least, that I don't think if our parents were not abafundisi, I don't think God would have been introduced to us the way In fact, no, he would have been.
Yeah,
It's not even about them being abefundis.
It's not.
Because they were who they are even before
we were born
actually.
and they met.
Yeah. It doesn't really change.
It doesn't really change anything.
Yeah. I think they would have still.
But it wouldn't really help, venturing into what ifs and because it's something we do not know.
Yeah.
And we cannot go back and imagine.
So what do we
life
do?
without
What's
the
the answer to
situation.
this question? Are you glad you had the lifestyle you grew up in? Do you wish you had it differently, and why? No, I don't know.
Well, I'm glad with my lifestyle, and I wouldn't change it. And you know what? With a twitch there and there, I will also bring up my children in
the same manner.
With the same principles.
It's
all about the principles. Yeah, how you do it will vary, but the principles.
Okay. What's been the most difficult part about being a PK?
Some people have great expectations when they see PKs. Yeah, they have great expectations. You should stop that. It shit ain't cool.
Wow.
Okay, guys.
So much for a PK.
It's not cool, guys. The great expectations, guys. Some people think that. Okay,
parents are gonna watch this.
They're gonna watch. So what? So people get this misconception or idea that once you're PK, you are white as snow, and you
are the pastor.
I am the pastor. I am not Bazolile, who is the son of Bongile Sihlalo, who happens also to be a pastor. But yeah, it has always been that abantu would expect you to be perfect. Mm-hmm. They would expect you to be not like everyone else. Mm-hmm. I guess.
Especially at church.
Yeah. Like if you were to do something that was not permitted in that circle, then it would be a big thing if it was done by you. But if it was done by someone else, then it would seem as though okay, that could have been expected, that not to say that person had in the initial stages portrayed his signs about but it appeared as though it's more acceptable than
for other kids to do.
It's a big hoo-ha. Yeah, that's it for me.
I think for me the most difficult part about being a PK had been I think I still have these conversations with my mother till this day. Like, I don't like it when she says don't do something because church people that statement, it just
goes back to what I've just said.
I don't want my parents, or specifically my mom, to ever tell me not to do something because church people this, church people that. If she doesn't appreciate me doing something, then she must just say, Danam, I don't like you doing this, full stop. Give me other reasons, but don't involve abanye bantu and what church people are going to think, what church people are going to say. That's just how I prefer it. And I think so I think for me that's been one of the most difficult and sometimes annoying things about being a pastor's kid. But no, but you can't do this, and it's like, but is it really about abantu benkonzo? Like,
and it's the whole idea.
Yes, and also, are you ever going to satisfy wonke umntu? Never.
People are not satisfied with themselves. How are you going to be satisfied?
Next question. Next question. What is a common misconception people had? What is a common misconception people had regarding you as a PK? That I don't sin.
Yes.
That I am immune to sin, and that I am perfect, or that I should be perfect, and also that I should know ilandoka. Bible. Like, even Sunday school.
Never understood that.
Do you remember Sunday school?
Don't mention names.
Oh, sorry. Hey.
What did you say?
Bruh, I think I was late.
I think we're having a conversation.
I was late for church.
Yeah.
And hey, my God, I was late. I think we were all late for church. And I was part of the group that was late for church. And Zoe says, Lalin. And then she said, "Ba, obviously, Kwak says Lalin, it couldn't have been a PE." And but the thing that she said, man, ba, late kanjani ngonzweni ngomntana katata umfundisi and. But, and also the way that she said it, it was just like, whoa, is this what it means to be umntana kamfundisi? It means that I cannot be late for church. So I think for me, that you don't sin, that you should be perfect, and that you are immune to sin, and that akonde wrong away now, no kwazuyenza, and that people almost like automatically you know what you should do and what you should not do.
I think one of our, let me not say people, one of our mistakes is that we forget that whether you are a child or whether you're a PK, as we're using the word or term or phrase, PK, whether you're a PK or not, you are introduced to a faith or salvation in the same way.
Yes.
If your father is umfundisi, it does not mean that now by some magical procedure, whatever he knows will be transferred to you, and you'll automatically know how to conduct yourself. It doesn't work that way. The same teacher at Sunday school that was introduced to salvation, or rather the manner that salvation was introduced to her, is the same way that was introduced to you. Yes. So what you knew at that time is what she knew. You only knew that you had to be early and not late. Not that you had to be early because you
are a pastor's kid.
So yeah, it was a projection of ignorance on your side.
Yes, it was. So next question. Have you answered your question?
Yes, I haven't.
Like, you haven't?
What was the question? Can you just remind me?
Common misconception about you regarding... Common misconception people had regarding you as a PK.
Yeah, I think I would also have to tag on your one, because in my mind it also popped up as you were saying it, that people think that PKs don't sin.
And guess what? I am a sinner. Probably gonna sin again. Lord forgive me.
Next question, please.
Okay, what was the weirdest thing about being a PK?
But
weird.
Sin is not cool, guys. Sinning should not be a thing.
Like we are not here promoting sin.
You shouldn't sin.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't go there, bro. Fuck with zero.
What was the weirdest thing about being a PK? Weird. For me, weirdest thing about being a PK, Udada guys, when he's on stage, and then when he's talking at church, and then I tell him, mama, and then Antibana mama kapaka, oh gosh.
That question hasn't been just cover myself because this is too much.
And then I tell
oh Lord,
gosh.
You should have warned me. Oh, fuck your phones. You.
So yeah, and also another thing, Klambi, if something happened at home and then
he feels like he wants to share,
and then the congregation is gonna know.
And then they're laughing, and then
they will find it funny, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing.
And after church, they'll be like, hey, and you'll be like, hey.
Okay, let's move on to the next question.
Next, there was an interesting question, Payana. I think it was a follow-up, man. And the last part, what is one of
Nance? What is one thing you want to make people aware of when it comes to PKs? This is also the last question.
Okay. Take it and then I'll
What is one thing you want to make people aware of when it comes to PK? Oh, just because you're a PK doesn't mean that now Zabangumfundi.
Oh yes, hello.
Yeah,
bro. No, it's a calling.
It's a calling, and
like being an engineer, architect,
or whatever.
Yeah.
So just because you're a PK, it doesn't mean that you now have to fill your father's shoes. Now will be PK. Yeah. So that's it for me.
Yes, another thing, guys, PKs now, fellow PKs, I don't know if that's a question. Is that a question?
What this?
Yeah, like
what is the one thing you want to make people aware of when it comes to
people
PK?
in general?
Yeah.
Not necessarily PKs.
Yeah.
But PKs do what I would like to make PKs aware. Okay, I'll just go specific to PKs. You use that opportunity, guys. There's a lot that you can learn from your peers. You can learn a lot from your pastors, from your dads or your moms, and those people got a lot of information. You know, information is there available to anyone now, but they've taken time, you know, to dissect and digest, rather, sorry, to digest the information, and then they know what works, they know what you should approach. They've got a systematic way, man, of going about this thing, you know. Even scriptures, they've got a systematic way of connecting one scripture to the other. So those things, once you get that knowledge and then you apply it in your life,
yeah,
it's a bomb.
And also that sometimes as izinto we've really just we appreciate them as we grow.
Yeah.
So I think maybe if we would do another video in the next maybe 5 years, we would have different views. Okay,
yes.
We would talk about other things that we haven't yet come to
we'll have
to
more
experience
content,
or
more
or
content.
To appreciate. Okay.
More as in abundance. Not that there's a lack, which is
yeah. Got it. So yeah, that was it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for joining me. I really enjoyed shooting
Thank you
this.
for having me.
And you know the drill. Stay safe, stay at home, wear your mask, and don't forget to pray.
Don't forget to sanitize, guys.
Don't forget to sanitize.
Your spirit.
Oh,
yes. Wow. My spirit.
Sanitize your spirit. Bye, guys.
Yes,